The WNBA is entering one of its most competitive and unpredictable seasons in recent history. Major roster changes, expansion teams joining the league, and shifting team strategies are reshaping the balance of power. From the Las Vegas Aces chasing another historic championship run to new franchises like Toronto and Portland preparing for their debut seasons, the landscape is evolving quickly. At the same time, surprising roster moves such as Hailey Van Lith being waived by the Chicago Sky highlight how strict team systems and playing styles are becoming more important than ever. What does the recent waiver of Hailey Van Lith by the Chicago Sky mean for her career? Hailey Van Lith being waived reflects how WNBA teams are prioritizing specific playing styles and system fit over draft status. Although she showed potential in college and had moments of strong preseason performance, Chicago is undergoing a roster rebuild and chose to move in a different direction. However, league sources indicate she still has strong interest from other teams and may continue her career elsewhere after clearing waivers. Why did the Chicago Sky make so many roster changes this season? The Chicago Sky are going through a full roster overhaul after finishing tied for the worst record in the league last season. The organization has been reshaping its roster around a new identity and style of play, which has led to several young players and even former lottery picks being moved or waived. The goal appears to be long-term rebuilding and system alignment rather than short-term continuity. Which teams are currently expected to dominate the WNBA season? The Las Vegas Aces and the New York Liberty are widely seen as the strongest teams in the league. The Aces continue to rely on championship experience and the leadership of A'ja Wilson, while the Liberty feature a deep and balanced roster built around elite star power and spacing. Other competitive teams include the Connecticut Sun and Seattle Storm, who remain dangerous in playoff scenarios. Can the Las Vegas Aces win another championship this season? The Las Vegas Aces remain strong contenders to win another title due to their experience, continuity, and elite talent. However, the competition has become significantly stronger, especially from the New York Liberty. While a fourth championship in 5 years is possible, it will require health, consistency, and continued dominance in high-pressure playoff situations. What makes the New York Liberty a serious threat to the Aces? The New York Liberty have built one of the deepest and most balanced rosters in the league. Their combination of star players, shooting ability, and offensive versatility makes them one of the most difficult teams to defend. If they maintain chemistry throughout the season, they are one of the few teams capable of defeating the Aces in a playoff series. What should we expect from expansion teams like Toronto Tempo and Portland Fire? The Toronto Tempo and Portland Fire are entering the league as expansion teams, which usually means early struggles. These teams are expected to focus on building chemistry, developing young talent, and establishing their identity over time. While they may not be immediate playoff contenders, they represent long-term growth markets for the WNBA and could become competitive in future seasons. Why are expansion teams usually less competitive in their first season? Expansion teams typically start with limited roster depth and must build chemistry from scratch. Even if they acquire experienced players through expansion drafts, they rarely have enough elite talent or established systems to compete immediately with top teams. Over time, however, they can develop into strong franchises as they build continuity and acquire draft picks. How does Hailey Van Lith's situation reflect broader WNBA trends? Her situation highlights a growing trend in the WNBA where system fit and defensive versatility are becoming more important than individual scoring ability. Teams are increasingly prioritizing players who fit specific roles within structured game plans rather than relying on standalone talent. Finally, this WNBA season is shaping up to be one of the most competitive in recent memory. Established powerhouses like the Las Vegas Aces and New York Liberty continue to lead the championship conversation, while rebuilding teams and new expansion franchises are reshaping the future of the league. Player movement, roster changes, and evolving team strategies show that every role matters more than ever in today's WNBA. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more detailed basketball analysis, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this.